we're gonna make a bullpup sling rifle. Let's send that to the laser. This thing's gonna be pretty darn powerful. First one! That's the thing. That's the thing. How cool is this thing? Matthew! So, we're retasking the laser. Okay. Obviously, you guys know what's going on because you saw it in the thumbnail, but you don't yet. We're gonna make a bullpup sling rifle with like a scope on it and everything. This is like, since we got the laser, this has been in the back of my mind as like the ultimate thing that we could make out of the laser.
How's it work?
Have you seen all those clips people keep sending me of the sling rifles?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is take my Krell puncher and we're gonna take some lines off of that so it's the right size, my hand can fit into it, and we're gonna print up a pile of layers, and I think I came up with exactly what we need for the slide to hold and be able to push out the forks. Now, check this out. I bought these clamps at Harbor, there they are. I brought these clamps at Harbor Freight, and the clicking mechanism on them will allow me to create that sliding out front. The front forks of the slingshot will go on here. This click, 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 click. When it's pulled to its full suspension, the band's coming back here, the bullpup right here, and pa-ting, and then reload. And I think I'm gonna need 2 of these tracks, and I got 2. So, although that's not good, it's like super twisted.
Oh, totally.
So I'm gonna have to run down to Harbor Freight, and we gotta see if we got enough wood, and let's go measure up the bullpup and see what we need to start doing for drafting this out on the computer. None of these are really like structurally designed for something like this. We might have to go to the hardware store and just pick up some of that plywood, that like little pattern maker's ply that's 1/8 inch, and just do lots of layers of that. We got the puncher breaker here, and it has the bullpup stock that we're looking for. This is 22. I want just maybe just a thumb hole here, and then this can just be straight, not all ripply. And then a trigger hole here, and then there'll have to be a void there. And then we want to make some sort of a piece on the top that will give us the ability to mount a scope.
You're gonna put a scope in the slingshot?
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, Matt's working on that stuff with the laser. I thought we'd head into town, go to Harbor Freight, and probably have to go to Home Depot too. I think I want some of that birch plywood if they have it. More laminates to be a little stronger. Here we go. There's some clamps. The shorter ones. Well, I might want it really long. Let's see. Fine. Perfect. Perfectly straight. There's 1. There's 2. Well, it was straight. This is for a clamping down to the bench, but I almost feel like this mechanical thing could be part of some sort of trigger. I am seeing stuff everywhere now. This thing right there looks just like the whole pre-made part for pinching the pouch as well, and it's only $4.99. And just so I have options, I had an idea of using these that would pinch the pouch, something slips over it, and then when the trigger pulls that down, it opens up. All right, so far 59, 53. I got 4 different options that I can combine or do whatever to make a good trigger system. Now we're just scooting across the road here to Home Depot. See if we can find some of that like 1/8 inch birch plywood. All right, $37 more spent, a bunch of nuts and bolts and a couple random brackets, and they didn't have the 1/4 inch birch plywood, so it looks like we're going with Glowforge plywood, unless some of the other stores have it along my way home. But I want to get back and get building. Gonna get it, all in one shot, yeah. There we go, we got our clamps. I made one more stop, and I found the birch plywood I was looking for. See how it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laminates. I could have got some from Glowforge, but I didn't order it in time. Fortunately, there's a bunch at the hardware store. Let's go see where Matt's at with the design. All right, what do we got?
Okay. So, it's not gonna look like much, but if you can use your imagination a little bit. Trigger, hand.
I think what we want is to combine these lines because that was for part of the air tank for the air rifle. Well, a lot of that just can just go away. There we go. Nice. Let's have, can you make another block on the end of that sticks up? Actually, make it more like 3/4. All right, so now grab that whole thing and bring it down like a 1/2 inch. Let's send that to the laser and print a cardboard one and see if it works.
Oh, great idea.
It's so much fun. This is so much fun. There we go. All right, print. Cut. So that trigger hole seems a little small. The whole thing height-wise seems a little bit off. We kind of need more room from all of this area.
Okay.
Because right here needs to be the receiver, because this is gonna, when it clicks in and out, we need more stuff to hold this in place as it slides in and out. Let's also bring this line all the way back here and make that a straight line, and I can attach anything else I want, like some stacks of little material straight back from it once we get the dimensions of how that all lays out. Take 2. There we go. Much better. Let's make it so it comes straight back and it has that shape. You know that shape that I made you take away? You can. Let's bring that back. One more time.
Go.
That feels pretty good. Feels just right. Start making our layers, and then springs go in here somewhere too to pull these back into place. And this is getting really messy.
In case you guys want to make this at home.
Yeah, it's 3 easy steps. Just follow the instructions here. If that's the trigger there, we just got to get these 2 holes in exactly the right spot. This seemed so easy when I imagined it, but when you're delusionally dreaming of delusions of grandeur, they always seem to take a lot more work than I think they do. But I think we got it on the run. We got it on the run. Let's go make some parts and pieces, and then we can start putting some stuff together. There we go. On here. On here. Alright, Matt did another test print. We got our holes. Boom. Let's see those line up for the bracket. And this bolt here is how to bolt all the units together. That goes through too. I think we're ready for plywood. Let's put a piece in and give it a try. There. Ooh, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. Look at how cool that looks. Right there, that's nice. Now, we need to make a bunch more of these, and we need to make one with the receiver slot in it for the inner layers.
How do we measure that out?
I wrote it on that piece of cardboard. You can't read my schematics here? We just gotta put that blueprint onto the computer. It's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. The first one with the receiver hole. Ooh, it's pretty flimsy. Pop this on top of there. And there, now there's our little trigger area. All right, time to cut more layers.
Cool.
We'll cut some more layers, and then we will be able to start putting things together and testing out the trigger. Put that one on there. Let's see. Oh, what a difference. I like it. on. Can't see what I'm doing. Flashing me. Mask is broke. I have to go get a new mask. Well, it's not pretty, but I can clean it up with a little bit of sanding. Alright, so I got the slingshots all laid out on there the way Matt designed them so that they're this way, and that way. You'll see when it cuts. But I'm making them on here this way instead of this way because there's 3 layers of the plywood where the grain goes this way. Structurally, that'll make it a lot stronger. It'll be able to shoot faster. I'm hoping that when this thing shoots, it's click and then hole punched in the cardboard target. It'll be really powerful. Finally designing up the last piece here on the laser. This is just going to be a little bit of a covering to go over the rails. It'll help them slide in and out without pinching or getting stuck. It's been a month since I started the project, but because the kids brought home a nasty cold from school and then another one on top of that, I've missed a whole bunch of days of working on this. I've only actually spent about 30 hours working on it. The laser cut parts went together perfectly and took very little time. The bigger part of the process has just been tuning everything up to work together. Now it needs the buttstock, the extension that comes out, so you're like click click and then get it in tight so that you're like looking down the scope. All we have to do is make the bands for it now. Bands that I'm going to use, the material from the Simple Shot Black latex is going to give me about a 5-to-1 stretch, and I'm going to try to make them short so that even when I have them right here I kind of pull back. I want as much stretch as possible. My normal draw is about that long right there, so it's about 62 inches. So I already get a lot of power out of shooting, but at the same time I keep the weight down on that draw so that I can actually do it and snap a shot off without getting fatigued if I want to shoot like hundreds of shots at a time. This I can make it stronger. I'll probably make the bands 9 inches of active band length. It's 9 inches with the taper. I think this is my overall favorite latex for slingshot shooting. Some people probably don't realize it if you're not a slingshot shooter yourself, but there is so many different latexes. We have TheraBand and GZK as well. I like the stretch of this stuff the better in the 0.5, and so the finer it is, like a 0.4, it doesn't maybe last as long, but it's a little snappier, so if you're using a lighter ammo, you can really crank them, and you can't even see those shots, they're moving so fast. And I even bought some really expensive tungsten ammo that was like, it was like 60 bucks for 10 pieces because the tungsten is so expensive. It's a little more dense than lead, so it can have a smaller diameter or the same diameter but way more, which is kind of cool. And I don't know if I'll be using that for hunting or not. I'll probably just stick with the lead. It said 9 inches of active band length, but I think a lot of power. Try 8 inches long, that'll make it about 7 inches of active band length. All right, we're gonna cut our bands tapered. If you make it straight, you don't get as much power out of it, because at the end of the stretch, up by the forks, you want it fat, and back by your hands, if it's fat, it just goes against, pulling against your being able to draw it back. It doesn't give you more power, it actually slows it down a little bit, because that's more elastic that has to collapse back in on itself. If you ever want to get into slingshot shooting, check out my little how to shoot a slingshot page there on Fowler's Makery and Mischief.com, and we have a playlist here on YouTube. I got a pretty awesome video on how to shoot, as well as about tying on bands and what slingshot's best and things. And when it comes down to what slingshot's best for you, if you want to learn how to shoot a slingshot, it's merely like pick any one of them. There really isn't any that are so advanced or not advanced or anything like that. If you see one that you like the shape of, you can learn how to shoot that one. So this isn't a normal attachment method. There's a guy that shoots slingshots, and he's got a company, calls it You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, kind of like the Christmas movie there.
Oh my God, I shot my eye out!
Does this on his slingshot. He makes the most beautiful slingshot. So I'm gonna use this method because I think this will help it be really well pinned and not snap and come flying back or something like that. There we go. Last bolt. Get in there. Come on, come on. Get in there. Alright, since it's gonna be for catching cooks, we're gonna throw a little sprinkle of adobo under there to make it lucky. A little flake of oregano, basil, and some smoked salt for that. And put the sticker right over top of it. Oh yeah, it fits perfect. Now we got that. We got our ammo. Let's go up to the shooting range. Go with some 3/8 steel. There we go. That's fine. Alright. Moment of truth. I did it! little bit high. Oh! It did a job on that can. Now we need some accessories to really make this thing shine and super accurate.
We need to go shopping.
Go shopping.
Go shopping.
Alfred, let's go shopping.
Yes, sir.
Pop onto Amazon, grab a bipod, a little scope, Picatinny rails to mount it all, maybe a sling, and let's check out. All right, that's shipped fast, and now we have everything we need to make this sling rifle look really cool, but more importantly, really accurate. Let's see, we got our box of goodies to add to it. This is just a little scope I bought on Amazon. Fairly cheap, but decently rated. So, what I'm seeing here, and I knew this was gonna happen, we gotta rise it up. All right, I'm liking that. If it's too high, like the scope is up here, a shot at 15 feet, I would have to aim down, like aim down with the scope so much that what I'm aiming at wouldn't be in the scope for me to hit it. Whereas if that line is a little bit more consistent between the two and they're closer together, that shot at 15 feet, I might have to aim down a teeniest bit, but I'll be able to put it directly on that, 3 mils up or 4 or 5 mils up, and then punk right into what I'm aiming at. And then at 30 feet, I'll be able to put it dead on. And then at 50 feet, I'll know I'll have to hold it up by like 3 or 4 mils. They even got a bipod that we could put on the front. Mount that right there. I'm gonna make some stops in here so when it slides forward, it doesn't fall out the end, because right now it does. If you pull it back too far, it falls right out the end, and I gotta get it back in there again, and that's annoying. All right, I think that's where I want my buttstock to come out as long as that is. 6 inches. All right, there's your assignment. You work on that, and I'll start tearing her down so she's ready. How cool is that? So now we gotta cut a kangaroo pouch. I wanna up my pouch game because the last one was getting pretty stretched. Kangaroo hide is super resilient. It's one of the few leathers that you can use for making slingshot pouches that, in time it doesn't stretch and stuff. Most cheaper leathers, even cowhide, other leathers, they'll stretch. There's a lot of stretch to them. Oh yeah, I love it when you do that, when you like lift it out and it just falls free. It's like perfect little pouch. How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's so clean. And it stinks. Huh? Why don't you whip out a couple more of those? We'll make 3 band sets for the whole thing and replace the ones that are on there because they got a rip in them. And I'll make the bands. The last double band set worked out pretty good. I don't know why it broke. That's just the nature of latex. Sometimes you get a lot of shots out of them and sometimes they break really quickly. This new double band set's gonna have 30% more material, which give me about 30% more power. We can always use more power, can't we? This is for sure going to be the thickest, strongest band set for a slingshot I have ever made. That might be too much. We have to test it. can actually tune it up to work really well with that scope. I think it's time to go and sight the scope in then. Let's do it. This barn is 38 straight across. We'll move this back. I love that I got the bipod or tripod. Tripod. All right, let's see what we got here. We got some caps that come off. So there's our left, and there's our up. Now, as you can see here, because I put the stops in here so it doesn't fall out the end anymore, it doesn't pull out quite as far. It comes out, there was about 2 more clicks because the stops are in there. There's a teeniest bit of tweak to the pouch, and that screw keeps it from going right where I had machined those things. But let's see if we can't get it tuned up or sighted in where it is, because if it's consistent, then it doesn't really matter. Wow, that feels strong. That feels like there's so many more pounds pressure. Here we go. Scope in it. That is so cool. It's just like, whap. If I had to predict, I bet you that maybe was 310. That's fast. Ooh. It's 2 shots and they are almost stacked on top of each other. Now that I've got it somewhat sighted in, before we go and do some like sighting in for long range stuff, I've got some ballistics gel I made last night. Every time I've gone hunting with a slingshot in the past, I've used different ammo. Texas 30-day survival challenge, I used lead ammo to get the rattlesnake and the possum. Possums are really big. You wouldn't be able to take it down without some really heavy lead ammo. The grouse in Canada, I ended up shooting that with steel ammo because it was a bird. They take a hit and they go down a lot easier. In the Rockies, I did ground squirrels with lead ammo. I did a chicken with an acorn, a bird during my time on History Channel's Alone Show with a rock. Most of the time though, when I choose to go hunting, I use a lead ammo because you can have a smaller round which penetrates deeper and it has a lot more impact damage. When I shoot my sparrow, I use 7/16 steel. When I go hunting, I use 3/8 lead. That way they're pretty similar in the weight, so I don't have to recalibrate all how I shoot, and I'm ready to be just like spot on with my shots. But the Slingrifle is new and I got a couple different kind of ammos to test. One, we have the tungsten. This stuff was very expensive, 60 bucks or something for a couple rounds. Then we have some smaller tungsten, and then I also purchased this on Amazon. It's, I don't know what it is, like 8 mil or something. We'll measure it. These are like 9.4 mil, the same as 3/8, and this is like an 8 millimeter lead mold. And then we have our plain old steel 3/8 and our 7/16 steel that I shoot with the sparrow, and this is what we've been shooting with the Slingrifle. And we'll do a ballistics test on them to see which one penetrates further, and that will give us an idea of what's going to be the most efficient for when it comes to hunting with this Slingrifle. And the other aspect to this is I have to make this ammo choice now, because if I switch mid-game, my heavier ammo like the tungsten and the lead's going to drop way off, and I'd have to re-sight in the scope. If I decide to go with steel, because I am thinking for this first hunt it's just going to be pigeons, I want to sight it in for that, and that'll be a little bit more of a straighter trajectory. Oh, it's breaking. Oh, that's so satisfying. It smells minty delicious, I mean, it is food grade. I guess I could do it a little. It doesn't taste sweet though, it just tastes minty. I'm not eating it. That people use this for like these weird flower arrangements. I don't know why you'd want to make a jello mold with flowers frozen in it. Ballistics gels are precisely calibrated, but you pay for that. It's like $100 for a piece this size. Whereas mine's not calibrated, it cost me $12 of food grade gelatin and about 12 minutes of time to make it. I think we can go like this. If we shoot straight on, and if it does penetrate far enough, it'll go into the second one. I'm predicting with the steel, it ends up here, And with the lead and tungsten, it ends up about here. Oh, we're ready. She's hot. Pull that and it cuts the tips off. There we go. And out comes your ammo. Okay, so you can see where it cut off from the mold. So they're not perfect. Just put the little chunks back in there. Hey, if I do it while it's hot. Ooh, that one turned out really good. Yeah, those all look pretty good. Let's weigh them up. One tungsten weighs 7 grams. One lead weighs 5 grams. One steel 3/8 weighs 4 grams. The steel shot is 9.4 millimeter. The tungsten is also 9.4. And the lead 9.1. It's a teeniest bit smaller. And then I also purchased these, which are really tiny tungsten. This will be interesting to see if, with their weight, how deeply they could penetrate. And these are 6.2 millimeter. 3 grams. So it's half the size of the 3/8. Almost weighs as much as the bigger steel. That's pretty cool. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. Look at this. It's like there's this perfect line. Okay, so we know that with steel from our test before and the temperature we have in here, it's moving around 270 feet per second to maybe even as much as 300, because it is warmer in here than it was outside when we shot it across the chrono. All right, let's try lead. It's so much further, but it didn't go all the way through. How cool is that? The tungsten are the same diameter. 9, 10. All the way through. There's the line. I aimed right here, boom, zip, all the way through. So it means I lost it somewhere in here. And I'm curious about this because it's lighter, but it's also smaller diameter. So this is that, like half the size of that 3/8 set lead stuff. Tungsten. What will this do? 9, 10. It went about as far as the lead by, short by an inch. Wow, that is cool. I knew that smaller tungsten with less mass wasn't going to go as far, but because it was pretty darn dense, it went faster and farther than the steel, which was really cool. I think next time I'm going to add, because I can melt this stuff down again, I'm going to try to make it a bigger block like it is now, and I'm probably going to add another cup of gelatin. It was already 2 cups of gelatin to 1 gallon of water. This time I'm going to add 1 more cup so it's a little denser and it doesn't let that bigger tungsten puncture all the way through the thing. That was so crazy. That's a lot of power. In light of all that though, I think that really expensive tungsten probably would be the best option if I was hunting a raccoon, a possum, something big. I think I could never take something as big as like a coyote or a deer with it. I'd have to put a bigger band set and probably go with like literally like a 3/4 inch, and so I'd have to rebuild the trigger mechanisms and all that. But for the smaller game hunting, birds, squirrels, pheasant, I could easily do a sniping of some bigger birds, but we have to stick with what's legal. I'm gonna go with the cheaper thing and the less environmentally damaging and sight it in for steel, and that'll work great on the birds and squirrels. So now let's go outside and we're going to sight it in for some longer shots and see if we can figure that out, because this is 10 yards in here, and I think all the shots that I'm going to be taking off of barn roofs will be 20 to 30 yards. Got a reading. 295, I called it. What did I say, 310? Maybe it was 310. This is about what it felt like to me when I was looking at what angle I'm gonna have to get to pop these guys off the barn roof. First thing I noticed is since I had sighted it inside for 10 yards, the shots outside were dropping extremely low and shy of the target. To fix this, I'm gonna have to bring my shots up quite a bit. And in doing so, I'm realizing there's about 1.5 feet of arc to these shots. To aim and hit the 10, 20, and 30 yard shots, there's gonna be a bit of math involved. That went like way high. We should sight in, I should drop it down. Ballistically, this arc is insane. So calculating this out to hit something at this distance feels so much harder than just instinctively me just popping off a shot and hitting something. I have no idea where these are going. Oh, I hit it. It was a little bit high. Like when I shoot that distance with my sparrow, I shoot one shot and I'm either on or I'm not, and if I'm off, I instantly am able to correct, and the second one I can really, that's because I could see the ammo. With this, I'm not seeing a lot. So if I put one across the top of the roof and just miss, I'm not gonna really have a great feeling. I'm not gonna have the best of feelings as to exactly how far I missed by. After a dozen or so shots, it became very apparent that the length of time the sling rifle was drawn before the trigger was pulled played a huge part in consistency of the shots. I started counting off 7 seconds for every shot, but if it went to 8 seconds, the shot dropped about 3 inches, and every shot after that got exponentially worse. So I'll have to get really good at hitting things at exactly 7 seconds, or choose to blow a shot and reset it up again. And at this distance and sighted in, if the outside temperature changes even 5 degrees, it's gonna be off again. Say we got our little pigeon, and he's like, that's not too bad of a pigeon. That's actually pretty good, for considering I'm writing on the, so that's like, you know, boom, boom. Those two would have been great. These guys would have missed him, but the guy next to him, you know, like, you know, he's like, he would have been sucker punched right in the jaw. And then these ones here would have just sailed, most likely, right over their heads. Really means I need a lot more shooting practice with this, especially before I go to somewhere with a really nice roof. To be able to shoot them off a metal roof, I have a new idea. Clay ammo. It's just rammed earth clay ammo. And unlike a fired clay, this stuff will break when it hits stuff. The only problem is it's a little bit bigger diameter. The way I filed this for this to fit into there, these don't spring open far enough to have anything but 3/8 in there and have it shoot. So I'm gonna mod this thing up, and I think I'm also gonna fix this because this doesn't collapse all the way like it did before, because I put the stops in here so they don't fall out the end. So we got a little bag of parts here that we're gonna install, fix this thing up, and test it out with the clay, and we'll head over there and grab ourselves a pigeon to catch and cook. Maybe a couple, because when I talked to him today, he said there was like over 100 pigeons there, and I could take them all if I want. We'll see. Had to go slow on starting the screw. This is one screw threaded into a whole bunch of material as part of the stock and everything, but I waxed the threads and epoxied the hole and then screwed it in, so it's kind of like made that hole a bolt for it. Like the sound of a android bird from another dimension. We'll add the sound to it, so when I do it, you hear the file sound. Spring actually now keeps it from opening all the way. Tiny rubber band. That's what we need. 20.
Like Abby's old braces bands.
I know, that's what we did. Yeah. This little trigger mechanism made out of my Harbor Freight parts worked out really well, but now that I wanted it to do something more than just 3/8, it's giving me trouble. Rubber bands will work really good. So we're fine there. I think if I had to do it over again though, as much time as I spent fiddling with this, if I had just taken a plate of metal, drilled holes in it, cut it out, made my own piece of trigger mechanism right from the beginning, I would have spent less time and it would have been ready to shoot anywhere from 3/8 all the way up to 1/2 inch from the first build of it, no modifications. Sometimes it's better just to build it yourself from the beginning, I think. Another small issue is when I'm loading the ammo, the screw head keeps it off, so I'm gonna burnish that, sand it and burnish it down to its lowest state, so that way the slingshot pouch actually ends up in that small gap that I had machined in these originally. Oops, it's seated in there good. Now, with the trigger pull, and nothing. The rubber band's not powerful enough. Maybe a little lube. Alright, let's go test it out, see what we got for penetration and sighting it in on the, oh, that one's really wonky. So I gotta pick the best ones, I guess. It's all like, it's kind of heart-shaped. Aww. We'll leave that one. The heavier something is mass-wise, if it's like oblong, when you're shooting rocks, for instance, the heavier the rock is, the more lumpy it is, kind of the heaviness corrects the lumpiness and the wind doesn't catch it as easily and doesn't spin off. So obviously, just like a skipping stone, you want a perfectly flat skipping stone to skip. So with a slingshot, you want a more round thing, and the heavier it is, if you can shoot that, it'll stay straighter in the air and the wind won't have as much of an effect on it and carry your shot off in different directions. In Patagonia, when I had to survive off what I could catch and cook, and there turned out to be very little game to shoot with a slingshot, and it took me, I don't know, it was probably about 63 days of practicing and messing around with all that, and then finally I had one chance at a bird, and all that practice and that one perfect stone I've been keeping in my pocket, and that bird was talking with another bird and they're like chip, 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 and whap! Oh, it tasted like chicken. It was so good. I ate like the whole thing. I plucked it very carefully and roasted it, and then the wooded beardsman, I sent him a slingshot and taught him how to shoot slingshots a couple years ago, and just the other day he went out and he did a squirrel hunting one, because they're allowed to do that legally in Canada, to straight up just hunt with a slingshot, and he's becoming pretty good.
Besides a few hairs here and there, they wouldn't know that was a squirrel.
We'll have to have a shoot-off, see if he's really gotten that good, or if there's just a lot of shots we're not seeing on camera. The other thing is the clay is not fired, so it breaks up when it hits stuff. That's the whole point of why we're doing this, so we don't puncture holes in this metal roof of the barn, just puncture holes in pigeons. And it may just break up when it hits the ballistics gel and only go like an inch in, and then just be shattered pieces. Let's see, let's try it out, I'm curious. Safety squint when you draw it. And go, get right close. Here you go. Wow, I wasn't wrong. It definitely didn't go far. You can see on the back side of it, the clay did start to break up. It's still rounded on the front, and it passed into there and it did start to come apart. So I think we are ready to go. I'm gonna toss it all in the car. I have to take John's because my car is broke. I don't know what's going on. The front tire feels like it's about to fall off. Go pack our extra band set and some more clay and hit the road. Whoa, look at all the birds on those wires right there. Those are birds? What are they? Are those European starlings? I think a bunch of those, yeah. But they're not the pigeons. So hopefully our farmer here realizes these little black specks on his roof, which ones are pigeons and which aren't, because they just flew to the farm. There's a little pond. Wonder if there's any fish in the pond. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh, we're not out here for fish today. We got bigger fish to fry. There is a lot of birds. I'm getting excited. Pigeons are sighted. Yes! Look at them all. Look at those big juicy snacks up there on the roof. Hello.
Hi.
Here's our got our property owners.
How are
Hi.
you doing?
I'm Zach.
Zach, it's a real pleasure.
Nice to
We've
meet
seen
you.
your,
I'm
seen your
Jake.
show.
Jake, nice to meet you.
We raise pigs, and lately the pigeons have really infested some of the barns, and we'd love to get rid of some of them.
Yeah. So he told me, like, if I get any, I have to take 500 with me. I don't know if we're gonna get 500 today, but the wife said, hey, bring home as many as you can and we'll stick them in the freezer. We love pigeon, and these guys are probably, what, stealing grain? And
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're pretty plump, and they're pooping on things all over the place and making it kind of nasty, huh?
Absolutely.
Looking pretty good. Ah, I just scared them all off. There's a bunch down here. Ah, that went high.
It's a big pig.
So you can see why we're here. The pigeons have just been painting the barn for them. That's not really what they want. I feel like there's got to be like 7 of them watching us. And making sure there's no pigs over here. Those things were so big. I don't really like, I don't know. Like, you know, all those movies, like, where they like toss some people in with the pigs and that's how they get rid of them.
You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting, so be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm.
Oh, they're there. Oh, they're right above us. Oh, yeah. Ah, son of a brisket. Boom. There we go. We got one. That was easy. Now that we're in the right place, look at them all up there. Ah, son of a brisket. That's not too long of a shot over there under that roof. I drew it back, held it back too long, and it shoots low. Clay stuff I think might work fine for closer shots, not damaging the roof. But so far I haven't even had to take any shots that I'm worried about damaging the roof. And I'm just wasting my time with this clay. Whew, that's gruesome. That clay. So that's where it's all about. Maybe there's too much fluff on the feathers hitting them in the body. And I aimed for a headshot on that one. And that did it. And we're up by 2 headshots. I'm tempted to just get my Sparrow slingshot out and some steel ammo and just, you know, make sure they're always shots with a wooden beam behind it. I think I'd have one every shot. this is such an easy spot for it. But we're getting out the big guns, so that way when I have steel in there for a shot that I might be able to use with steel, I'll make the most perfect shot. If not, we'll just whip out the sparrow and smack him with some clay, see if that works. Oh. That was so much easier, just using my sparrow slingshot and the clay ammo. I feel like there's just some more work that needs to be done with the sling rifle to make it that much more accurate. And the only thing that's gonna solve that is a lot more shooting. I don't know if it's my trigger, my ammo choices, my sighting in, what it is. I think we'll stick with the sparrow for the rest of the evening because it's just about to get dark. I wish we had got here sooner because we would have gotten all that figured out, maybe even had some more time to do some more test shots with the sling rifle. And had a bigger bag of them. Now all we got is 3 so far. But hey, that's still 3 delicious birds. This should be good. Jake did us up a little bit of the bacon that they make. That looks so nice. Look at that. That is so thick, so big. It just melts in your mouth. It's so good.
Stuff, huh?
I don't know why we're messing around with pigeons.
This is where it's at, huh?
Yeah, we just gotta do catch and cook bacon.
Catch and cook bacon. That's gonna be. Oh, you're gonna need something bigger than a slingshot. There is a light in here if you want to turn it on.
That could be interesting. There we go. Man down. Oh, no, no.
Oh, clip out of the wing.
Where'd the other one go? He went this way. There we go.
Are you giving any points to the backpack?
You can almost count partially. That's like half the backpack there for doing most of the work. Let's see if we can get a couple more.
I think you got one.
Where'd he go?
I saw it drop right there, I think. I heard it thump. It's right here, dude. It's like your best shot of the day.
What?
Look at it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That was a good long shot on the ridge. That is, what now, 4 for the, I'm losing count. Maybe that's 5? 4? 4 for the, all right, 3 for the sparrow, 1 for the backpack. The sparrow did half the work, of course, so the backpack's still taking all the credit. And I don't know, it's getting kind of dark. We'll walk through as we walk out, see if we get one more. That was a nice one off the ridge. That was with steel. The other 3 were with clay and the sparrow. Keep your head up. Got him. Come on off the roof.
We need to get a rake.
We have a difficult. Ah! Need night vision.
We're amongst the pigeons.
We got one on the roof, we got the last one of the night. What does that make, 7? And all for the sparrow. Sparrow for the win. There we go. That's a bird scraper off the roof tool if I ever seen one.
Yeah, keep pulling like right there. Yep, you rolled him. Yep, still rolling, coming.
Oh, we got it. There we go. Number 7. That's good. I'm calling it. It's a night. All right, we'll shut the lights off and head up to the shelter into the next day and do some cooking. Oh yeah, looking good in there. Table looks like it's still sturdy. Oh yeah. Let's see what we can cook up. Oh yeah. Still nice and secure in here. Oh, I am excited about this. It's been a while since I've done the old pigeon squab and did it good. I did it with the girls a couple years ago with the air rifle and popped a couple, cooked them, and I overdid them in the smoker and made them really dry, and they were kind of a little bit thumbs downy about it. But this time we're gonna do it really good over the fire, slow cooking them. Last night I had prepped them up and plucked them and got them all ready. I left the skins on, so I took the time to pluck all of them, saved some for another time, put those in the freezer. We got 3 of them with us today, and I put them in a brine, a little bit of salt brine, and some rosemary. I don't know how much difference the rosemary is going to make. And we're just going to slow cook them over the fire till they're super juicy and just right. The last time I did this with the Wood of Beardsmen, these pigeons that are just like all up in the farmer's business and eating the grain, which I opened up one of the crops and you could see all the grain from the farm, like sunflower seeds. They're stealing all the pigs' food. So these guys are well fed. There was a lot of fat on the organs and stuff and in their stomach. So they are really, if anything, overfed. Perfect for a catch and cook. Let's get that fire going so we can get these things on to cook. Alright, fire's laid in. Let that get hot. To prep up some food. Got our little birds, chopper. I think garlic. Not sure how I'm gonna like. Oh, maybe if I wrap them in bacon. Uncured bacon from the farmer here. Gonna do some cheddar bacon wrapped apples like I always do. It's one of my favorite things to do. You know, you core out the apple, peel it, and you wrap it in bacon with the cheddar inside and you toast that over the fire. It's quite the dessert. But maybe we stick apple inside, we skip the cheddar, go with bacon wrapped pigeon over the fire. Getting hungry. I don't know what it is about cheese when you're out in the bush. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of apple. Oh, the sound of an apple. Crisp apple when you cut through it. And pepper jack and cheese. Whoop, just like that. Shallots and garlic and pigeons and bacon. Oh, there's life. This is just the best. want it so you can even kind of, when you're cooking something like this, so you can stick your hand in there. 1, 2, 3, that's about it. There we go. Birds are starting to look like they're getting cooked up a little bit. Oop, got a little crispy that time. The pigeon cooked up perfectly with the bacon and the apple. Crispy on the outside, juicy and tender on the inside. Now that I was getting comfortable with the sling rifle, I decided to really test it by taking it on a little road trip to one of my favorite yearly events. Hey! What's going on? Hey! Hey! All right, we are at the East Coast Slingshot Tournament. Chris and it's beeping because we took off our seatbelts. Never mind that. Long drive down from Maine. We got a little distracted, stopped at Bass Pro Shop. Ooh. Went and did a little fishing, caught a little fish. I caught a fish on my Tenkari.
Oh my goodness.
Is that a bass? Or is that, oh, that's a black, is that a black bass?
I think that's a spotted bass.
A spotted bass?
Yeah, or I think
black
they also
bass.
call them warmouths.
Oh, and now we're here, and it's good to see everybody's down there. There's a huge turnout this year. We brought a lot of stuff with us, a lot of stuff. Let's go in and check out, see what Bill's up to, and get signed up. So I got my slingshot for the tournament.
That's cheating.
So we're gonna see what Bill says about me shooting that for the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know that they allow scoped slingshots.
You don't think they will? I mean, it's a slingshot. There's a slingshot at the front. Who cares how you pull it back? It's not my fault it's got a scope on it. Nobody else thought to do that.
What'd you source that from?
Those are Harbor Freight clamps.
Neat. Okay, well, let's go see what Bill has to say.
Let's go see if I can shoot this for the tournament as my slingshot, and we'll see what's going on. Bill! Hey! I'm only 2 hours and a half late from what I said, right? All right, I brought a new slingshot that I'm gonna shoot the tournament with, okay?
right.
So I think, you know, if it's okay with you.
Yeah. All slingshots
No
must have.
mechanical release. I wasn't really planning on shooting this tournament with that. I wouldn't do anything but shoot it with my Sparrow. But I think once we're done with the course and shooting it, there's nothing against shooting for points,
no, we can
for
shoot
fun.
this for
And
fun.
I want to do the whole course and everything. I think where it falls apart though, Bill, is the speed shoot. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'll have a hard time with the speed shoot.
Nice.
I feel like I can get a perfect score with the Spanish knockdowns. But we'll see. So that's our goal. And sign me up and
All right, let's
Chris
get
up
signed
and
up.
we'll get ready. Under. First miss for the sling rifle. Easy shot. Oh, I can't believe I missed that one. Oh. Oh. There we go, getting back on. Yes, 35 feet and a good hit on that, elevated. Yeehaw! Yes, a yellow bird. $17, $18. This one's gonna be hard. Oh, that close. Yes, hippie ram down. Yes. 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 25. Another tiny yellow bird way out there. I really want these guys. They are the ultimate in difficulty. We want at least 2 of those on the scoreboard. That's such a hard shot. 26, no go. Had a flyer, she just went. Yes. 29, miss. Feels like accuracy is falling off. 3-point bird, high up. Chance to redeem myself. Chance Not taken. Bonus rat. Yes! Ending on a high note for the sling rifle. Not too shabby. Let's go see how she does on the rest of the tournament. Sling rifle on the you'll shoot your eye out. Target way off, 10 positions.
Come here, babe.
That was, I say that one was pretty good.
Same exact spot.
2.
Ooh, that was nice. A little low.
Yep.
7. 7. That is amazing. That is amazing. Spanish knockdown. Oh, 10. Starting with the 10. Perfect score for round 1. Round 2. Two perfect rounds. Round 3. 3 perfect rounds. Let's see if I can get 4. Yes! It's all cake after the 10, baby. No! 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 There goes my perfect round. One miss in 4 rounds. That's awesome. So that's tying Jose. Mechanical versus Jose. I don't know. I wish we had more time. We'd have to have a shoot off. See who can go as many rounds. 25 yards with the sling rifle. Let's see how she does. This is gonna be interesting. If I can get that first shot dead on, it's just one after the next right into the bullseye, I think. Oh no!
It didn't go out, did it?
One high. One high.
Yeah, that last one you got was quicker than the other one.
Oh, that's a stinker. That's so close to a perfect score on that. All right, Chuck and Steel's gonna keep my time. We ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, here we go. Ready? And 22 seconds. It's a new record for the sling rifle. If only you're allowed to shoot them from the side. This isn't gonna go well. He's like, you want to I'll give you a practice one. I said, it's not gonna matter. This is not gonna go well. All right, here we go. What was that? 5? 4? 5. 5. Yes, that's pretty good, huh? 5. All right, let's see what our tournament total is with the sling rifle. Not too shabby. I think we got a high score.
27 plus 1 is 28. 5 on the blue skein. Is that 5 cans? So the first
Yep.
5 are, and then you got a 30, a 30, a 30, and a 28. Is this a hit or miss? That's a miss.
That's a miss.
25. 25 plus 7 equals 183.
183 for the sling rifle. Top score was 206. It's 23 points difference. That's awesome. That is so awesome. This thing, so much fun.
So much fun, in fact, that I loaded it up and brought it down to the backwoods of Florida for a 3-day adventure.
All right, got some more supplies and the sling rifle, because she needs to be modified for fishing. Cooler with some fruits. I found the nicest little fruit and vegetable stand. And then just down the road from that, there was a market for which I cannot pronounce the name of, and I didn't know if it was even a market because it had like a Spanish name for it, but I saw the word market, El Market or something, so I went in there and grabbed some real cool goodies for some of the other cooks. But right now, we got to get our modification on. That's what got me the other day, because these slam all the way back and I had it clipped here and it came slamming back. So I extended it to go in the car like that and to see if it would fit. And then when I was like, oh, it doesn't fit, I had my finger right here and I hit these buttons here at the front. And because it was banded around there so this wasn't just flapping around, it goes bam. That was some serious, ow, it still hurts. It's a week and some odd later here. Not infected though, that's important. I put some plantain on it, makes everything better.
For those of you that are new to medicinal plants, I'm not talking about the plantain that makes those delicious chips that you can get everywhere down here in the south. I'm talking about the broadleaf plantain. It's a weed that grows in your yard pretty much everywhere, north to south, all around the world. They look a little different in some places, but you chew that up, put that on a boo-boo, its antiseptic qualities are better than anything you can buy at the pharmacy.
I gotta find somewhere to attach the reel, I think, on the side of it. Since I'll be holding it with my hand here like this, I think I gotta put the reel on this side, so I'll fire and then be reeling with my left hand here. But the line will come around the front to the arrow, so we gotta put a whisker biscuit here to hold the arrow, and then make a new set of bands in some way that locks in and clips the band. So I might have to, my spring on here that was originally here broke. All right, we got the flashlight that can go onto one of these rails. Got a rail. We got our arrow. Whisker biscuit, whisker biscuit. I always thought it was a whisper biscuit.
That is not a whisper at all.
And we got our reel. First things first, let's take that off. Put that away, we don't need that. So we need a rail on this side. Wow. The way those holes line up, it's almost like I planned it. You can't make this up. Like, I mean, those, I didn't even have to drill a hole. I really wanted to do this at home before I left, but like, there's just so much going on. I couldn't find the time for it. And I figured, it doesn't need that much equipment. I'll bring some screws. Joey packed me some assorted screws. He nailed it. The perfect sizes and all of it I needed here. I mean, that feels super secure too. I don't want the reel ripping off. Let's see. Moment of truth. Well. Boom. Click, click, boom. Fish on. A little bit awkward reeling wise, but I think that's gonna be pretty good. Let's see how the whisper biscuit
Just leave it whiskered.
does on here. We got, if I had some little bolts line up right there, I think. Let's see. That seems easy enough. They're a little loose. I asked Joe to pack me 2 number 10s. He did, but these, well, maybe that would work. It's too short. The screw is just short. You know what? I'm just gonna steal a bolt from the back. Oh, the nut, there's just enough room. That is so, oop, lost my bit.
Nuts.
Pretty straight. Right there. Right there. And then extended. I think we're looking good. I don't know. Having this on the side might make it pull a little bit to one side, but I mean, I think it shoots so fast and at such a short distance, I don't see that throwing it off a lot, you know, having it maybe aligned above and below might be better. Just shoot it like, I just shoot it like this. There we go, we're good. This is gonna work. It's gonna be awesome. You need a band. A little box of goodies Simple Shot sent me.
Simple Shot was the first company I ever started working with. Even before I went on alone, they had sent me all the materials I needed to build my slingshot that I took out there with me during my survival challenge. And so now, several years later, they're still one of our biggest sellers on Fowler's Makery Mischief.com, but we don't sell all of their unique items. So if you're really getting into the slingshot thing, you might want to check out that link in the description below for Simple Shot. I mean, they have so many more options and so many more add-ons and different fun things. If you're starting to fall down the slingshot hole, check us out and check out Simple Shot, because we believe every purchase should be the beginning of a new adventure for you.
Can cutter. I like the sticker. Let's see, we got some crazy pouches. We want the thick latex, the 0.8. Some band tying on stuff. This is the, which one is this? The Hammer XT or the Hammer something other? So, because it's got the, you've seen me shoot these before, shoot suckers with it. Honestly, it's probably a quicker way to do this than the Slingrifle, you know, because you could just be like, boom, and done. Let's see, what happens if we just steal these? I don't know how to mount these. That might be the problem. That's why I wanted them to send me the 0.8. Maybe I should try, because these got so much power to them. Let's see. I mean, that would save me a lot of time. It'd be all done if I, instead of making bands and then customizing and hacking this all apart, and I wouldn't be able to use this again if I wanted to use the hammer. Say I managed to put the flashlight to it and I'm just walking down the stream and I want to just bink a gar for breakfast or something. How, well, one, will this stay in here in the pinch? That's our first question. No, it doesn't. That is a problem. And two, how do we put the tubes onto the end of here? I mean, if I just stuck them underneath of that and just clamped it down, I mean, I think that might do it. Yeah, if I put a piece of ammo on the ends of each of these to protect against it popping out of being clamped in, and then just seizing this like around and turning that into some sort of a little tied off ball, that would do it. Let's see if we can make that happen. A little piece of wood might be easier. Yeah, I think a little scrap of wood thing. Huh? Like some random leaf thing just come flying out of there nowhere. Now you just have to hold still for 5 minutes while the glue sets up. Lock on my arrow. Put it in my little knock holder.
thingy? Yeah, that'll work. Oh yeah, that's secure. There's no way that's going anywhere. I don't know why, but if this feels sketchier to me than its first iteration where I was just shooting slingshot ammo. You ever seen those clips of people, you know, pictures of bow and arrow mess ups, like the arrow breaks in half because they're shooting these really heavy duty compounds and the arrow just like snaps in the middle and then half of the arrow just goes through their arm somehow, and all that power's got to go somewhere. This thing's gonna be pretty darn powerful. That's it. I mean, we're done. We're done. I just have to attach the string to the arrow and make sure I don't screw it up. That's one thing about the, you forget to hit the reel, and that can be a bit annoying. Alright, it's loaded. Goes back in between here. The trigger's pushed forward. I'm a little hesitant. Trying to think of everything that could go wrong. So before I cock it, everything breaks, goes forward. The little bit of bands that could snap or come out of the front come flapping back. I think I'm okay. Wow, that draw power is so much more than it was when it was a slingshot thing. Alright, let's try it. Nothing. It sticks. I might have to manually squeeze it if I can't get that trigger working better. She shoots. She scores.
Boom! Quack-a-lack-a, 2 points downtown!
Let's give it a try again. I'm like doing the safety squint. All kinds of stuff jumping around up there, getting antsy. It's getting scared watching me do this. Like, I'm getting scared. The trigger does not work. Pinching the top does work. Wonder if I could add some new latex wrapping around there, tighten her up. I gotta get some dinner ready before I go make some gator tacos. Do it the Greg way, with a lighter.
Always bring a lighter.
Try some of this TheraBand. That stuff's been sitting on there stretched the entire time, so if we replace this, maybe we can get it tighter. A little bit of a delay, but it does it. All right. Hesitate to dry fire it too much, but oh yeah, tuned it. All tuned up. She's good to go. All right, gator tacos for dinner and a night of slingbow fishing. This is gonna be awesome. This is so cool. How cool is this thing? This is too cool. All right, what's for dinner? Tortillas, mango salsa I purchased, a little cabbage, a little bit of salsa that I have left over from my salsa I made last night.
Oh yeah. Don't those look good? A little bit on the crisp side on the outside. My oil is a little bit on the hot side. Hot. Ooh. How do I get onto that one? Just gotta go for it. Don't be a sissy. Yes, got it. Ooh, done. Whoa, ow. Chuck it over there. There we go. Whew, those are hot. Just right. I think we got our gator bites. I'm gonna rip them up a little bit so that way they, oh, look at them. Gator bites. Oh, that's hot. Still hot. Ow, ouch. A little bit of red onions. Do one with a little bit of lemon. The rest of my fresh salsa. Oops, maybe I should pour the juice off first. There we go. This one with some cabbage. A nice mango salsa I picked up. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, and a little bit of that gator sauce. This was also at that store there, so this must be a staple from the area. It's pretty good. A little stream of sour cream down the middle, and done. All right, yeehaw. Lord, thank you for this food and this beautiful day in your creation, Florida. Bless tonight's hunt, and may we all be safe and just enjoy the bounty of your creation. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, first the one with my salsa. Oh. That's what I should have done last night. I should have had tortillas. What a difference. I feel like right now I'm thinking like everything I eat from the rest of my life should just be on tortillas. I just make it and put it on a tortilla with some fixings. It's like, that's so good. Well, last night was okay, but you know, trying to get a bit of everything on top of each bite, it was silly. I was like doing it backwards and upside down and wrong. Like the tortillas, or the taco shell, that's the food holder of the better than spoons. With the cabbage in there, that's really good too. Just like a fish taco, you got that crunch. You got that gator and the crunchy, like fried chicken-y flavor. I think I liked my orange stuff, fresh orange stuff, a little bit better though. It was pretty good. If I ever lose the desire to continue to make YouTube videos, I could make the heck of a food cart. Man. Maybe just become a snowbird. Come down here, make gator tacos. No, wouldn't that be the inverse? Come down here, and with my lobster connections up in Maine, make lobster rolls, fresh, for Florida people, and then would people just be like so turned off by like that? What do you think? Would it like be like such a super epic turnaround? Affordable, delicious homemade lobster rolls, and then up in Maine, you make delicious gator tacos or something like that. So it's like completely opposite. Although I think, you know, Florida people tend to still, I've been in restaurants here and you can get lobster, but it's like $100 a pound or something ridiculous. I got it going though. I got to pack it up and get to Chris, our guide and host, and show him what this thing can do. Sling bow fishing versus bow fishing.
I already tell you who's gonna win. It's not the sling bow. But we'll get some fish with it for sure. Maybe it'll turn out to be the most epic thing ever, but I think it's just gonna turn out to be pretty darn cool and pretty darn fun. Hey, pup. How's it going? What do you think? Oh, wanna play? All right, we are up here at the front of the property, and these are all the guide toys over here, and I got another boat over there. This is our boat for tonight. Check this thing out. Look at that. With the, I love that. The controls on the front here, Navionics or something, Garmin, and the lights on the side for the bow fishing. And check out these crazy the motors there. So they're like right flush with the bottom. So I'm curious to see. This thing looks like it rips. They already got some bows in here that they're going to be shooting with, and if everything doesn't go well with the sling rifle, I still like to do a couple with the bow too, because I've never shot a bow, one of these fishing bows. I'm just going to get out there and have some fun. It's a 2-hour drive, so let's go. That's Noah on the bow right there, and Chris is driving the boat. If you'd like to charter a bow fishing charter, check them out. Seminole Prairies, FloridaHuntingRanch.com. They also do all kinds of other hunts. You're going to want to check it out if you want to get on some really awesome adventures. All fish seem to like it right under the edge of a tree, right? You get the tilapia. A little gar. There we go.
About time. You want me to put that in the cooler?
Heck yeah. Just shy. Look at that. Nice. Oh, just low.
There you go.
There we go. Plyco. The new species unlocked. All right. First one. Finally, a new, they said it's pretty good too. The old armored catfish. I love catfish. I wanted one. Yeehaw. New species unlocked. Happy with that. It only took like 2 hours, but I got one. All right.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, he came up. Oh, he's right back. Get him.
Nice.
Yeah, did you get him?
Got him.
All right.
Nice shot.
Sweet.
That's all you. I just played back there.
All right.
Right there.
Oh man, that got him. I got him too much on the side there. Went through the side.
How about that shot?
That's all I'm saying. They're called the bullseye snakehead because of they all got that spot right on the tail.
All right. Nice fish.
Got him.
Ha ha! That's a nice one. There we go. Now we're on to 3. 3 new species for me. Talapia. Right through the guts, gross. Well, we got 2.5. The little block that I have, I need to make a little nylon block or something. Because it wore out, so it just pops out of there and fires all on its own now.
Alright, then this just goes on that bottom side, obviously.
Yep.
You just use your pointer finger, middle finger, whichever one feels most comfortable. Then use your right hand to reel that in. You want to reel your slack in. So as long as that thing ain't pulled back, it's shooting.
Ah, yeah. Gotcha.
You want to shoot? See him right down that rock? Go right over him. Oh.
Where is he? Oh. Nice. There we go. That's a good one. Woo! It's huge. Size of my arm. My first one with the bow. Not too shabby. Happy with that. No, he's not even dead. He's stuck upside down. Yeah. Now he's what?
He's not. Look at
He's moving. He's just tired from being upside down. What we got? You gonna go for it? He's a crusty old one.
Yeah, he's been there for a minute.
There you go, buddy. Is there a good deed for the day?
That's right. Oh, that's too good for myself. Nice, got him. Nice shot.
All right.
Down him. Big tornado.
Look at that. Another big one. Look at the size of that compared to my head. It's like, it's as big as I am. That's it. 12, 15, not too shabby.
Kids in there.
Yeah.
4 of them. 2 clown knife.
I think we only got one.
What?
Noah just shoots everything and gets most of it. So
I run a G-Rex and get the custom color. I think it's pretty sweet. And then I run the Boondock reel with a Gargod reel seat and shooting it out.
And this I had never seen before.
Yes, sir.
And you guys found somebody that makes these?
Yeah, at a Pennsylvania Boondock Outdoors.
Yeah.
So it's it's almost like a dummy proof. You're getting into bow fishing. Chris just bought them, and I just first time using them tonight.
It seems genius.
It's the best. I mean, you can't break it. This is the only way you set your drag, so you ain't gonna worry about clicking a button. Your arrow never falls out. As long as you pull this back and reel, you got your drag. Without it, you can sit there and crank all you want and get line and don't do nothing until you pull that drag.
Yeah. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. We got 2 hours drive still. It doesn't get shorter one or the other way back. Oh, something got into my stuff. And got visited by the raccoons. Got into my my pita pockets, my old pita pockets. Look at that, he was trying to pull stuff out from the side of it. Messing my little picnic basket up. Oh, there he is right there. I can see his eyes. Hey, buddy. I see you. What are you? Are you a big old raccoon or what? You look like a big cat. You're the fattest raccoon I've ever seen. I don't think I could take a raccoon with my slingshot right now. Get a little fire going for a little bit. See if that keeps them away for the night.
Alright, we got a fish. We're gonna eat the tilapia tonight. Give that a try for the first time ever. And got a plantain. I'm gonna fry up that. Man, this thing's a beast. I don't know, it's a couple pounds. 2-pounder. Yeah. See what we can do. Yep, there's the Everglades seasoning. Give that a try. Got some of that swamp gator sauce and have a plantain, and we'll throw it on top of a little bed of rice and maybe some tortillas to shovel it in. That should be good. I have a green tomato. It's a little on the yellow side, but it's still a green tomato. I'm gonna do a little fried green tomatoes and grilled tilapia with the Everglades seasoning. Woo! This should be delicious. Probably gonna draw the raccoon back in, the smell of this. For sure, right? Let's see how these guys do. Never done a tilapia. Feels like a pretty thick cut. That's enough for me. One big fillet from one side. I'll put that back in the cooler. Eat that for tomorrow's breakfast or something with the rest of the fish. I don't know how I'm gonna eat them all. There's a pretty heavy bloodline in this thing. Get some of that bloodline off of there. Tends to make it not as good, but I don't know. Never done tilapia. I just know that almost every other fish you cut that away as much as possible. There we go. Most of it's gone. I'll throw this in the fire to hopefully keep down on the smell. Oh yeah. It looks like a piece of yellow styrofoam. Not exactly oh yeah. I guess, I mean, it needs to be cooked though. The top of it's like a coconut right there. There's some like woodiness. Try doing it right in half down the middle. Catch and cook batter on the tomatoes. All right, I think we're ready. There we go.
All right. Oh, I didn't even remember to toast my tortilla. I'm so fried. Mmm. Big, meaty bite. Full of flavor. Mmm. That's so good. And the little fried green tomato. That's really good. I feel like I need some sort of a... maybe I shouldn't have put the sour cream on these, and I should have been dipping the fried green tomatoes in the sour cream or something. Such an easy fish to bow fish. You know, I feel like if you had a good headlamp in any sort of boat and you're just cruising along and you had some sort of another lamp that was general, I mean, you could do it fairly inexpensively. And or you could get really carried away and become a real master at the trade, and like those guys with that boat was so sick. For those of you that keep asking, no, we're not going to put it into production. Maybe someday, if I have some downtime, I'll put up some plans for those people that do own Glowforges and can make laser engraved cutting sling rifles or really accurate bandsaw work. You could make one, I suppose, or you could just watch my video and figure it out on your own. I did it, you could do it. So thanks for watching, and we're gonna head back to Maine, Chris and I. We got a lot of packing to do. We'll see you guys in the next one. Fowler out.